Hello. Why is it raining? It was raining yesterday. Why is it raining? Alright, so Piper moved out. Now we got Blue Bear here. I think I had a Blue Bear in one of my towns. Hey, back when. I recall having her in this game. Like, this generation. Also, wow, Axel buried something. Do I care? No, I actually don't. Because we got to the last raffle item yesterday. That was crazy. That was actually like crazy. Like crazy. So this acre's clear again, which is nice. But this one is not clear, which is not nice. I don't know. I mean, I haven't seen any. Joan has not been in D4 in a very long time. Okay, Joan is now in a good acre to begin with. I don't know what the price is. This is kind of a problem. But we can just roll with it. And I have some money in my letters, so hopefully that's good enough. I think that's like... Let's just take 10. I don't know. Like, I don't know if it's a lower price, and I don't know... I just don't know, right? So I'd rather play it like in the middle and be kind of safe. Anyway, hi. We got the pigs and fish. Hopefully those amounts will be enough to bring us good luck today. I do also have extra cash on me, and this is more than I usually would have. So, anyway, let's see what she has to say. Okay, that's actually crazy. That's actually crazy. Wow. Okay. That's hilarious. So 187.5k. Okay, so this is obviously a good price. It's near max, which we like. But after my stream yesterday, I had like an hour or so. I was like, okay, let me play a little bit of Kirby Air Riders. I haven't played it all day. I'm still working on trying to get everything done. Currently, top right mode is done. I have 137 out of 150 of the checklist items in City Trial. And then I had just over 100 or just under 100 in Air Ride. So I played for like an hour or so, and I hit 125 checklist items. And I was like, okay, I'm at 125 out of 150, great. And then I sent it to my friend just to like update him on what's been going on, and he's like, oh, he's like, what did he say? He said, oh, that's a good omen. This is a reference to Age of Empires 2 that we make, because there's this one campaign where, like, you hear this jaguar, and this guy's like, I hear the roar of the jaguar. Is this a good omen? But he said it's a good omen for the 125 price tomorrow. And here we are with the 125 price, so that's just amusing to me. Basically, he made the joke, and now the joke is reality. Yeah, it's pretty peak. Hard to complain about that. Okay, I'm doing the math now. So I brought 10 bags, which is 300k. And then if we divide that number by 187.5, we have 11.84. I do have 60k on me, and that should bring me up so I could buy 12 inventories here. So I think that's how we're gonna start this off today. 12 inventories here. I have started just before 9:30, so that's not bad. I like that. means we have 2.5 hours guaranteed. And then depending on how things go towards the end, maybe we can get a little bit more in. But yeah, I'm very amused by that. It's just funny. But yeah, my Kirby stuff, it's going okay. It's you know, I'm getting stuff done. Yeah, I mean, like, I don't know. The problem with Kirby lately is I haven't had a lot of time to play. Okay, that is 160k. No, that's 180k. Me when I math. But yeah, it's like yesterday I only played like an hour. On Friday I think I only played like an hour and a half, maybe 2 hours tops. Thursday I think I only played like half an hour, an hour. Wednesday maybe I played more, but I can't remember. Every turnip bought and sold is a step towards having more time to play other games. This is true. Now, if a certain other person was in the chat today, that they might they might say something similar. But they say every turnip bought and sold is a step towards having more time to buy and sell turnips in other Animal Crossing games. I don't want to think about that yet, though. I want to get this done as soon as possible so I can have a break from turnips. And I can still be streaming this game, but not have to worry about buying turnips. Man, really? I've already messed up. That's embarrassing. I just didn't, like, push the stick down enough. Jeez. Okay, it's fine. You know, I don't know. I was up too late on Saturday, but last night I went to bed at, like, 12:45. So I had 8 hours in bed. Good stuff. Okay, do you think I can do this, or is this gonna be weird? Okay, again, I have way too many bags in my inventory. I'm gonna drop this over here for now. I think in theory, because we're only buying 12 inventories here because we didn't know how much money to move over, that, like, we have more than enough space. So I should be able to hopefully keep that there. I wonder how today's gonna go. We have a good price. I mean, out of all the spikes this year, I did have 127 bells as one price, and I bought 44 inventories, and that was my biggest profit and purchase ever. It was 8.4 mil almost. So I'd have to do more than 44 inventories. The highest number I've ever purchased so far is 46 inventories. But when I did that, it was a lower price, so I made 7.5. Right, so like my 3 spikes this year so far were 39 inventories at 110 for 6.4 mil, 44 at 127 for 8.4, and then 46 at 109 for 7.5. And then the ones that I started the year off were 33 at 99 for 4.9, 40 at 84 for 5, and then 42 at 86 for 5.4. And then I skipped the 1 week, and then last week it was 39 at 122 for 7.1. So, I mean, what happened last week? Because I only got 39 inventories. I guess I started a little late. But I guess it really just depends on when I get the good acre, and if I get the good acre at the end, and all that. Because, like, I don't know. I guess technically I could beat my record if everything worked out nicely today. But, I don't know. I think 8 is pretty reasonable at this point. Oh, I mean, like, I'm probably gonna be done Kirby pretty soon, I think. Really? My current plan is, there is no plan. I think, what I've said so far, I think last time I said this, I said that, like, City Folk is probably the easiest one that I could stream, but it's also the one I want to stream the least. Because City Folk is my least favorite Animal Crossing game. So I don't really want to do that. So it would make more sense to do Wild World or New Leaf. And then it's like, well, New Leaf would probably be, like, the best one. But would I want to do Wild World? Because I also spent a lot of time at that. And then if I did Wild World, I could transfer items to City Folk. But would I do that, or do I just want to do it fresh in City Folk? So there's a lot of questions there. Not a lot of answers. I could definitely afford to do the whole, like, capture card and the 3DS thing. However, the problem is that I only have one 3DS, and I'm not doing that to my one 3DS, so I'd have to get another 3DS. But I guess, yeah, Wild World could also go on the Virtual Console on the Wii U. That's technically an option. But yeah, if I'm doing it on, if I would be doing the steps for the 3DS, I could do both. But I mean, like, I don't know, I'd probably take a break, to be honest. Right, like, I did New Horizons for just over 4 years. I finished April 2024. And then December 2024, I started the GameCube game. And it's looking like I won't be done this technically until, like, November or December. I mean, the market model is in November, so we're gonna have to be going until at least then. Unless somehow I get literally everything else in the game, and there's no reason for me to be playing the game every day. Basically, if I somehow manage to get, like, the Gulliver item, the 2 Gracie shirts, the 4 shirts from the store, and then all the gyroids. So if I somehow had all that stuff, I could stop streaming every day until the sale day, and then when sale day happens, I get the market model, I'm basically done. But I assume I won't get things until, like, near that point, so I'll have to just keep streaming every day. Because, like, my whole rule with New Horizons is I streamed every day I could get something new. But, like, towards the end, it's like, oh, you have all the stuff from the stores, the visitors don't show up on the weekend, and then the only thing I needed was, like, the sloppy series from the recycling bin. So, once I had all that stuff, I stopped streaming on weekends. In this game, you know, the visitors show up all the time. And the turnip prices, right? Like, if I don't know, if certain things happened, I could, like, stop streaming weekends, but I think it's unlikely. So, I don't know. Anyway, all that to say, I kind of want to break between Animal Crossing. I just think it's best to have a little bit of a break. And I know, like, there's a natural break because, like, setting up your town and getting started and all that stuff, it's much different than what I'm doing now, and I haven't had to do as much setup in a while. But I think sometimes it's nice to be like, yeah, let me take a break and then go into the next one feeling more fresh so I can, like, have more to say about it and, like, that. I don't know. So yeah, current plan, I would probably want to do the 3DS capture. But they don't make them for the normal 3DS. That much. Big reliable seller only does consoles like the new 3DS XL. I do not have that. So, perhaps I want to get myself a new 3DS XL. That's kind of maybe the move. But also, what if they do a new Animal Crossing? I don't know what their plan is with that at this point, based on, like, them doing the update and us having radio silence. Also, I kind of assumed we'd get, like, another Lego announcement at this point. I was thinking, like, oh yeah, we'd see the hotel, and then they'd, like, wait a little bit, and then they'd announce, like, a hotel Lego kit, like, set, and then, like, some other things, maybe. I feel like they haven't done the roost, and I feel like the roost would be, like, an obvious Lego thing for them to do. So, like, maybe they could do the roost in that, or I don't know. Not up to date with Lego. I mean, they haven't announced anything since, like, August. The only thing they announced recently, I think, was there's, like, a new little, like, poly bag that has Tom Nook in it. So you can get, like, a Tom Nook you can get a Tom Nook minifig without spending $100. That's the only new thing I've seen. But yeah, I don't know what their plan is with Animal Crossing, and they might not know their plan. So that is also somewhat dependent on how I go about this. Like, if I'm taking a break and they announce the next one, it's like, well, I might just want to wait till the next one. Especially if it's, like, not gonna, like, work out time-wise, right? Because I don't really want to be doing 2 at once. I did that briefly. But, you know, I'd rather not be doing that. And I mean, like, technically, like, if it was other games, it might be easier, but I think it's just, like, a lot of time, and it's just, like, a lot of thinking. I'd rather just stick to one at a time. So, I guess it's kind of dependent on what they do with the series. The whole point of, like, going to this one first is, like, it's the one I'm most nostalgic towards, and I thought it would be, like, simple to do after New Horizons, maybe. Except for this part, you know. But also that, like, the in-game clock stops working. And I guess they have, like, the Animal Crossing Deluxe, right? They have the Deluxe mod, which I think fixes the clock, but for me to play, like, base vanilla, like, for me to actually do this challenge, this run, in its entirety, like, it's best to get it done before 2030 when the clocks get all funky. Okay, the Julian polybag. Yeah, buy that and skip the birthday set, because, huh? Who was that for? What were I'm glad that we both Most people that I talked to were like, yeah, how about that Julian set though? What's up with that? Why did they do that? Yeah, I mean, the New Horizons update during GameCube time, while I'm like peak trying to like deal with turnips, not the best timing. But it was only like a month or so that wasn't too bad. And it's done now, for now, until they decide that they want to update it again with more hotel items. I don't think they'll do that, but I don't know. I don't know. Like, I know they didn't say it's gonna be the final update, but based on what we saw and how like small and bite-sized it was in scope, I feel like I don't know. I don't think we'll see much else, but maybe it's just enough to like reignite the fan base and get them talking about it again, so they can capitalize on another one. Or maybe it's just, hey, we need to push the Switch 2 edition, even though this content is unrelated to the Switch 2 edition. That part. That I don't. Yeah, right. Like what? How do you get the megaphone? It just shows up in the store. That's it. It's not exciting. You get a letter in the mail that says like, "Oh, we have this in stock now," and then you can just buy the megaphone. That was my experience, at least. Which I guess makes sense. I mean, like, it's not you can like just make a megaphone. I don't think it would not make sense for you to craft that. It's got components in there. You can only build things, not. Actually, that's not really true, is it? I don't know. You can craft the robot hero. I'm sure you could craft the megaphone. Speaking of Brewster, you had to look at the Mario Kart track yesterday for other reasons, and the Brewster Cafe there just made me wish that I had a New Horizons. I'm not super familiar with the track you're talking about. I assume it's like in Mario Kart 8 Deluxe or whatever. Because they did have, what, like Isabelle in that game? And I guess there's an Animal Crossing track there, but again, I haven't played it, so I'm not super familiar. But I mean, it sounds cool. DLC for the Wii U included on Switch. Okay, that checks out. That's what I was assuming. But again, yeah, I don't think I've played it, and I don't think it's a popular track because in like the videos I have watched, I don't think I've seen that level, or if I have, I just can't recall that one specific part. Is there any difference in merch and publicity content between New Horizons and the general AC brand? Yeah, I mean, it checks out. I believe it. Yeah, I mean, I'm really not sure if they're gonna do that or just do something else that's crazy. Like, I don't know. I don't know. And like, we won't know for a very long time, probably. Like, it's March now. Crazy to say that. How's it March already? How's it March already? We need to talk. How is it March already? But yeah, I don't know. I feel like we're due for like a proper Nintendo Direct at this point. Usually they do one in February, don't they? Or maybe it's like last year they officially revealed the Switch 2 in February. But I don't know. I feel like we have to have like a real Nintendo Direct soon, sometime soon. We had like a Sony State of Play. Okay. I mean, maybe Animal Crossing is just in its teen years and it's struggling to find its true identity. Maybe it just needs a couple more years and it'll figure itself out. Hopefully. That's the hope. Yes, I'm gonna need like an extra bag at this point because we've used our money. Where did she go? Up or down? Okay, I'm gonna guess up. But yeah, I feel like we're due for a direct. But like, if we get a direct, are we seeing Animal Crossing in it? I don't think so. Unless they're like, hello everyone, we hope you've been enjoying the Animal Crossing New Horizons 3.0 update. If they do, it has to start with that. Released earlier this year, alongside the Nintendo Switch 2 edition of the game. That's my impression of the one guy that the voiceover for the guy. I don't know. You have to watch the English presentations and then hope that I'm doing a good enough job for it to make sense. But yeah, I don't know. I'm just curious to see. Like, I really want to see what they're gonna announce the next one, because I feel like they're gonna have some heavy hitters in the next one, maybe. I don't know. I mean, like, I don't know. I've been enjoying my Switch 2 so far. I've played a little bit of Mario Kart World. I played Donkey Kong Bonanza, and that was peak. I play Pokemon Legends Arceus on it, which is a Switch 1 game, but I played it on my Switch 2. Say goodbye to performance issues, am I right? And then I played Metroid Prime 4, and now I'm working on Kirby Air Riders. I've like got 30 hours in that so far. And again, most of the checklist items are done. Okay, I'm getting pretty close on that, which is good. And then Pokopia comes out on Thursday. So, I've been thinking about it. Been thinking about it a lot. And, I think I want to get it. And play it. Because it is made by the same people that made Dragon Quest Builders. And, typically speaking, I like JRPG spin-offs more than the JRPGs themselves. I just didn't think, like, yeah, sure, JRP, like, the big JRPGs, you know, Final Fantasy, Dragon Quest, I guess you could say Pokemon. I feel like they have, you know, huge brand identity. They're iconic. The art styles are very recognizable. You know, you have all these characters. But then, for me, the gameplay is just not really there a lot of the time. I don't know. It's complicated. I'm very picky when it comes to turn-based combat, I think. You know? Because, like, and it's something that, like, it's fine every once in a while, maybe. I guess it really depends. Like, I did play Expedition 33. I thought the game was good. I don't think it's as good as everyone makes it out to be. I think the game has severe story and pacing issues in, like, the last little bit. And I have complained about that on stream as well. So I don't want to get into that again. But I did play it, and, like, combat-wise, it was good. Sorry, where am I going with this one? I will get back to that. Did I look at the new US lineup for the 2026 aquarium tour? Yes, I did, and I slammed my desk in a fit of rage. No, I slammed my desk like Kiryu does in that one scene in Yakuza 2. I just went. Why can't we get Canadian things? And also, every time it's like, hey, we're doing Canadian things, and they just throw something in Toronto or something, and it's like, no, it's not only that. I'm gonna just patiently wait, please. Either I'm going to end up in Japan, and they're gonna have it at an aquarium, and I'm gonna just go there, and I'll get the true experience, or somehow, some way, they'll bring it near me, and I don't know. I don't know how many aquariums there are across Canada. I'm aware of one near me, but I don't know. Have I said too much? I don't know. Anyway, yeah, I'm not thrilled about that. I want to meet all my Animal Crossing friends. I want a picture with Leathers. I don't think he's at the thing. But I'll take a picture with Tom Nook or Isabel or something. Please, anything. Anything. Anyway, going back to the JRPG thing. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like every once in a while I'm okay with them, but I'm also very particular about them. I like the ones that have active combat, I think. I don't like just, like, menuing, you know? Like, I think last week I was talking about, like, some of my favorite games, and I was like, I don't have a list, but I could name some things that would be on there. Paper Mario. Paper Mario is peak. The first one especially is, like, my favorite. And I know there's a lot of people that are like, the Thousand Year Door is better. I'm like, yeah, but the music in the first game is just so good. The music and writing, I don't know. I love everything about the original Paper Mario. Or Mario Story for the Japanese. That's a weird one. I get it, because it's like, it's a storybook, right? Because it's paper. But it's like, it's just Mario Story RPG or something. I don't know. I can't remember if that's what it's called. I think it's something like that. It always stands out. I'm like, what a Mario Story? Here's just Paper Mario. I mean, I guess that makes sense, because like Paper Mario says like nothing about the game. You're like, what even is this? I don't know. But yeah, I love Paper Mario, and that's a turn-based game. I guess you could call it an RPG. Anything's an RPG if you squint your eyes enough. And like, oh, I can't really tell what it is. It looks like I'm playing as a character or something, you know? I don't know. RPG is like a genre. It's just like, I know what it's like obviously associated with, but like, just like if you reduce it to its acronym, it's not a good acronym, you know? You're like, role-playing game. Is this not a role-playing game by some stretch of the definition? Right? You know, like, any game where you're playing as a character is a role-playing game. I guess that's why you have to say, like, turn-based RPG. Or JRPG, because JRPG is synonymous with like, turn-based RPG, kinda. Anyway, I'm yapping. Paper Mario is great, you know? You have you and a partner, and you can swap the partner out for different partners as you progress through the game. Every move that you do has a different sort of action command. So it's like, oh, you need to time this as you're jumping on the enemy, you know? Or like, oh, you have to hold back the control stick as you're readying to swing your hammer. Like, or you have to like hit a bunch of different things. Like, I don't know, I really like that approach to it. And then when the enemies are attacking, you gotta like watch how they do it, and then if you hit the timing, you can defend and take less damage. It's pretty peak. And then there's also the badge system, which is great. So you can like use different badges to have different effects, and I really like Paper Mario. Also Bug Fables, as I will sometimes mention, because it's basically just like modern Paper Mario. It's what Paper Mario should continue to be instead of the stuff that we've seen. But that game's pretty great. I love Bug Fables. With Final Fantasy going away from turn-based, what are we supposed to call it? Washed, I think. Or, I don't know what to call it. They realized that the turn-based combat just sucks. No, I'm joking. I'm just throwing that out there just to be funny. I don't mean nothing by it. But yeah, I don't know. A lot of just like RPGs, unless like they have like interest, like the combat needs to be interesting. Because I've played enough games where it's just like simple like turn-based combat, and like it just doesn't do much for me. So it needs to do something different. So like if you have the different timings, then it's like, oh, you need to learn each enemy and understand what they can do if you want to be better. And then you gotta use your moves, and that's fun, and it's more engaging, and yada yada yada. So that's why I like those. Like, I did play, like, you know, Yakuza 7, Yakuza 8. Yakuza 7 was a little rough. It was a little rough to get through, I'm not gonna lie. In true JRPG fashion, they just let you suffer for the first 6 to 8 hours before they're like, okay, fine, we're gonna give you more of the mechanics now. And you're like, dude, I've been in cutscenes, just let me play the game, please. But to be fair, though, it is a very good game. The story is very good. I think that's its strongest aspect. But it obviously takes a while to get started up because you're dealing with new characters and all that, and yada yada yada. However, the combat's the worst part of 7, by far. It did feel very tactile mode-y. But they fixed it in 8. The combat in 8 is so much better than in 7. It's crazy. And I had a lot more time. I think that's the problem, though. Like, 7, like, everything was great except for the combat, but then in 8, the combat's better, but then everything else is not quite as good as it was in 7. The story's not as strong, I'd say, but there's also really good stuff in there, but overall it just gets a bit messy sometimes. But, like, in 8, you have, like, more positioning, you can, like... Because in, like, 7, you'd be, like, every character would have, like, a little, like, circle they could walk around, and then they could, like, attack the people. But then, like, sometimes it wouldn't work. And I had a couple times where it would just glitch, and I'd lose my turn. And I'd be like, are we kidding right now? It's just annoying. But then in 8, they fixed it, and it's like, oh, you can, like, position, and then if you're, like, behind people, you do, like, more damage. And then you can also, like, hit them into things, or you can hit them into your other teammates, and if you do, and you have, like, a strong enough bond level, then, like, they'll attack them, and they could combo them into another one of your party members. Also, like, Kiryu's involved, so, like, that's peak. And you can swap styles with him, which is also peak. It's just peak. That's where I'm going with this. So, like, yeah, there are some that I like, and I think if they just do enough different compared to, like, you know, I'm just mashing A and picking attack, which is what I do, because who wants to use supplies now? Maybe honestly, it might be partially the problem with how I play, but also just because a lot of them are just by the numbers, by the books, you know? But, you know, I do play enough of them, I think. All this... so that I could say that the spin-offs are better. I really didn't need to say all that. But maybe I did, to qualify that yes, I've played enough of them. But I think the spin-offs are great. Final Fantasy Tactics is an amazing game. Now, for me to say that, it's crazy, because anytime somebody talks about XCOM, I'm like, nah, get me out of here, I hate those games. I don't know, maybe I'm just not giving them enough of a chance, but for me, Final Fantasy Tactics, it's like, you can, yeah, like, it is the grid-based thing, and you move your people, and you have to, like, worry about directions and skills, but you, like, also have, like, the job system, and it's like, oh, you can get somebody high, like, leveled up high in this one job, and then switch them to a different job, but then they can inherit skills from the other job. And it's like, oh, if you get them this one, then they can dual wield. And then you could make them a different class, which isn't supposed to dual wield, and then they could still dual wield. But you could also give them counter. And it's like, oh, if someone attacks them, and then they just counter twice, and you're like, oh my god, this is peak. This is peak. I love Final Fantasy Tactics. And that's what I mean, like... If somebody was to ask me my favorite Final Fantasy game, I would just say Tactics, Advance. because that's the one I played the most. I also played the one on the DS. I did not play the original one on the PlayStation. I didn't know that was a thing until it came out with its remake thing. I was like, wait, there's one on the PlayStation? News to me. That was kind of funny, not gonna lie. I was like, oh. You like 15 and what? I don't know what that is. Each rhythm? Is that actually what it's called? That's kind of funny. I don't know if I've actually played a full mainline Final Fantasy though. I guess maybe I should like help myself like that. I played a little bit of 10 at some point, and I was like, Waka is annoying. I hate Blitzball. That's about all I remember. I've been meaning to play like the 7 remake, Theater and Rhythm. Okay. It's like you going on stage and playing through memories of the game to the music. Oh my god, it's Kingdom Hearts Melody of Memories? That's 100% what it is. I mean, Final Fantasy and Kingdom Hearts are very similar in a sense. I guess I played Kingdom Hearts. That's like not turn-based, but it is very Final Fantasy coded. Most fun on the Switch due to the touchscreen, but I usually... Okay, yeah, that makes sense. Oh, sorry, most fun on the DS. Yeah, that makes sense. But you assume the Switch game's good too. On the 3D... Okay. Correction. Let me correct the correction real quick. Yeah, our brains are brains. That's okay. But yeah, I guess I haven't actually beat a full main game. What am I saying? I can't speak either. I haven't beat a full mainline Final Fantasy game. So is it fair for me to comment on them? Yes, of course it's fair. But I do main game. I do plan to play like the remake, but I feel like playing the remake is like, no, you're doing it wrong. So I don't know. Maybe I play 10. Maybe I play the remake of 7. I don't know. There are things I consider, but it's not like a actively being planned kind of thing. How is it 42 minutes, but I'm like only on like the 12th inventory? I feel like that's slightly slow. But yes, this should be the last inventory that we're buying in this acre. I've used all the money and I only brought over a little bit, but I did have enough left over in my wallet from last week that this should be just enough to buy 12, and then I still have some in my letters. Unfortunately, though, I only have 6. Actually, wait, I think I can buy a 13th here. So I think I might as well do that. But yeah, Final Fantasy, I do love tactics. I just think like it's fun, and like you get all like the Final Fantasy characters and all that stuff, and you can have Moogles. Peak. But Final Fantasy games, I'm snoozing. But maybe one day I'll give them a proper chance and see how it is. I think I should, you know, but it's just a matter of getting around to it at this point. Got bigger fish to fry most of the time. Okay, so I do have 180k in my letters actually, and we have 23k, so that is enough left over. So I'm gonna just do this since we're here. We might as well get a 13th inventory while we're at it, and that'll be a fairly strong start to the day. As for Pokemon, I've complained about Pokemon many times. You know, I started with Yellow in Gen 1, and then I played Crystal in Gen 2, and then Gen 3 I got on the train earlier. I played Ruby, and then I played Diamond in Gen 4. And then I begrudgingly got my way through Pokemon Black. It took a lot of effort, and I think I basically just like beat the Elite Four, and I said I can't do any more of this. I think that's how it went. Gen 5 ruined the game for me. It was, I don't know, something about Gen 5, it just like felt like I had to force myself to play every moment of it, and I just did not feel engaged. I don't know if that's because the formula just became tired for me at that point, because I know there's a lot of people that love Gen 5. And every time I see all these Gen 5 defenders, I'm like, this is crazy. Are we playing the same game? This thing sucked. But so I don't know if it's like my problem or if it's a game problem or it's a mix of both. I think it's a little bit too complicated to easily comment. But yeah, for Pokemon, like the first 4 gens are great, but then you have spin-offs like Pokemon Mystery Dungeon. I had a lot of fun playing that on my DS. That was pretty cool. I enjoyed that. Legends Arceus, that's kind of a spin-off. That was enjoyable. I enjoyed just going around and catching Pokemon. That was cool. So I think like with spin-offs with Pokemon, yeah, I think those ones are fun. Pokemon Coliseum and Pokemon XD, Gale of Darkness, banger games. Those games are very good. I really like those. But they're very different. They had like great aesthetic, great music, like it was pretty peak. Also, they're being brought to the Nintendo Switch 2 GameCube collection, which is exciting because I did buy Gale of Darkness fairly recently, and that thing's kind of pricey. Kind of pricey. Still cheaper to buy that in a GameCube than buying a Switch 2 in the subscription, but it is pricey. Definitely on the pricey side. But yeah, like I really like those ones, and I guess those are the same generation as like Gen 3. So I mean Gen 3 is my beloved. You know, that's all I'm gonna say. Gen 3 is like the best generation, and now that I've got into game collecting, I do own the entire generation. I have Pokemon Coliseum, I have Pokemon XD Gale of Darkness, which I don't know is still the gen. I think it is still the same gen. But then I also have Ruby, Sapphire, Emerald, and Leaf Green, and Fire Red. I might have had a little problem, okay? I might have got a little carried away. But what are you gonna do? But yeah, I mean, Gen 3 is my favorite. I also do really like 4, and I mean, 2 and 1 are nostalgic, but I think his games are not quite at the right level. But I haven't played, like, the remakes. Which I guess I did just say that I bought one of them. Like Fire Red, Leaf Green. They're there. I could play it. So, maybe I'll do that. Hey, you have games you like and want to own them? I think that's fine. I mean, it is fine. It's a little expensive. Yes, I would much rather spend over $100 on the cartridge for Fire Red or Leaf Green than pay $30 for the emulated version of it on the Switch. I'm not being serious. Well, I'm kind of being serious, but I'm also not like being super. Like, I'm making a joke. I don't know. People complain too much about the price tag on those games. It's a whole thing, but. You had friends convince you to play an online co-op version of the first gen, and you're like, guess I'll buy the new one. And you bought Moon and thought it's fine. You wouldn't call it bad, but you have no connection. So, yeah, okay. That's fine. What was your reaction to the McDonald's toy they revealed in the Pokemon Presents? Wait, am I confused? McDonald's toy? I did watch the presentation. The McDonald's toy. Are we talking about the... Are you talking about the Game Boy cartridge music player? No, I got it. I needed a minute. That one... That was certainly a product, hey? What did I say? Hold on. I sent somebody a message in response to seeing that. Sorry, I'm trying to, like, also find Joe, and I'm also trying to find this message. So you just can't, I mean, hey, I'm kind of with you. It is very McDonald's toy-coded. Sorry, again, I am just, oh good, I got pitfalled. That's wonderful. I got jump scared. That poor guy that's named Chris Brown. I feel so bad for him. Every time I see him on one of these things, I forget that he's a person that it shares the name with someone else, and I'm like, Chris Brown, what is he doing here? It's just an unfortunate name to share. Did I get like 30k? Okay. Forget it. Okay, so I bought 13 inventories so far. It's a good start. We're 50 minutes in. I must continue. I will find this message real quick to get my actual initial reaction. Just bear with me while I look for Joan so I can get that started. Can't be losing time. I think I'm losing time. Where's Joan? Is she over on this side? I guess so. Hopefully. Hopefully I didn't miss her. Unless she's in the acre with Tangy. I feel like I didn't look at that. But she's also never there. So for her to be there now would be ridiculous. Okay, she's here. Terrible acre. I gotta sneeze. Oh, I'm still muted, sorry. I sneezed and then I was like doing some math. And then I was like, let me find this message. Anyway, yes. So I said, what are they cooking up with this? Like, what are they doing here? What are we doing here, you know? I think as a concept, as a novel concept, I think it's kind of fun. It's kind of cute. I think like a little mini Game Boy that has the same speaker hardware limitations. Well, like, you know, I think I see the vision. I think the vision's kind of fun, kind of cute. But like a dog, what are we doing? I feel like the price tag for that thing sucks. And it also has 45 cartridges? Did you see the box it comes in? That thing's massive. Where are you storing all this stuff? Like, I don't know. As a concept, I think it's cute. As the product they're selling it as, and probably the price tag associated with it, it's crazy. For me, normally, nowadays, I do kind of watch the Pokemon Presents on Pokemon Day, but it's more like I feel obligated. Look, we have an NES and a SNES Mini. It's 2026. Where's the Game Boy Mini? This is it. This is actually the prototype. They're soft launching it. It's actually a fully functioning Game Boy that's been reduced to that size, but they're not letting you know that. There's a conspiracy here. Open it up. You'll see the board. Everything's... I can't wait for all the modders to be like, alright, let me fit a Game Boy into this micro Game Boy shell. They're gonna just get this, the Game Boy secondhand and then mod it so that they can turn it into a functioning one. I mean, maybe this is a good thing. Maybe it will inspire modders to, like, make funny things like that. And then we'll see more Game Boy products. I think it's just, I don't know. It seems like a weird product. I think like I don't know. I feel like it's $100 or something. I don't know if I actually saw the price, but I feel like that's gonna be at least $100. Just kind of pricey for what it is. But it's also like annoying because it's like, hey, store 45 cartridges. And I guess maybe they're smaller than actual cartridges, but still. It's obviously a collector's item, so to store it nicely as a collector, I don't know. I think it's cute though. I think it's fun. I think it's novel. And I don't know. You know? You'd like a bigger release of the GBA that's basically half a DS? Nice, pretty screen, small, and super portable. Yeah, I can see that. Imagine the 2DS, but the screen is just one screen. But it's also still the same size as a 2DS. Imagine that. But yeah, I do like the Pokemon spin-offs. I think they're pretty fun. And I like them a lot more than the actual Pokemon games. I think they're a little bit more creative. I think they do a little bit more. To be fair, though, I haven't played one of the mainline Pokemon games since 5. 5 ruined it for me, honestly. I did buy Pokemon Moon, and I had some intention of playing it. I just never got around to playing it, unfortunately. Like, I bought it. I bought it from the store. I was like, yeah, I'm gonna try this out. And then I just never did. I never played X and Y. A lot of people are like, these games did like nothing. Right? I don't know. So I skipped out on Gen 6. I didn't do anything on Gen 7. And then I did not play Gen 8. And I didn't play, I guess, Gen 9. I usually, like, here's the thing, like, I play, you know, Pokemon, I do have, like, a connection to Pokemon, right? As a kid, I played the games, and I really liked what I saw, but modern Pokemon, they don't do the same thing for me. They're designed in a completely different way. Like, as soon as you see, like, your rival start picking the Pokemon you're strong against, it's like, what kind of a rival are you? You're a beta. You're no alpha rival. You're not showing up at the end of Victory Road being like, hey, dude, I'm gonna destroy your day. Like, that's peak, you know? I guess, like, that's the thing. Like, I always talk about, I don't know, I have these thoughts, and I don't have, like, the full video essay in my head, but it's like with Dark Souls. You know, like, difficulty in games, it can be misinterpreted, right? Like, some people just think Dark Souls is an unfair game. I don't think it's unfair. I think a lot of people just aren't willing to, like, put the time in to learn and understand the game, or the marketing campaign for Dark Souls in the West did irreparable damage to its identity, and the constant get goods of the fan base can be a malicious or properly intended but misunderstood, blah 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 blah. It's like, that's a thing. Sorry. But, like, yeah, with Dark Souls, it's like, yeah, it's difficult, but, like, there's these moments where, like, it hits. You know, it's like, oh, I've got myself stuck in Blight Town. I can't fast travel out of here. I need to just get my way out. And it creates a real sense of struggle. And, like, as a kid, when I was playing Pokemon, and it's like, oh, man, I finally got through this cave. And, yeah, I finally got through Victory Road or whatever. And then you're like, you see the exit, and you're like, wait. That exit is, like, slightly lit up. That means it goes outside. That means I'm out of here. I'm free. And then all of a sudden, ding, and then your rival shows up and you're out of, like, potions and everything, and they just ruin you, and then you get sent back to the Poke Center before the cave, and you're like, I have to do all of that again? Huh? Like, that's peak, you know? They don't do that stuff in new Pokemon games anymore. And I think that's, like, the problem for me. It's just, it's too easy, it's too brain dead. It's just mash the buttons, get strong, you just beat it with one Pokemon, you don't even have to worry about party composition. Your rival sucks. The experience share is like, hey, everyone's just getting stronger now. You don't even have to think. I just think it's not engaging, and that's part of the problem. Also, some of the newer Pokemon designs. Most of them, I don't like them. I don't know. The other ones, it's like it's either nostalgic or like Gen 3. I'm like, it's just peak stuff. And like Gen 5, the Pokemon there, I was like, what are we doing here? I wasn't a fan. There are still like some. I was thinking about this actually last night, and it's like, kind of one of my favorite Pokemon. I couldn't pick a list, so I just started like thinking of like all the meme Pokemon. Experience share is a general UX improvement, in your opinion? I mean, some people could say that, but I think it's like they implemented. Sorry, I should be more clear. I don't know how many Pokemon games you've played, but experience share has been implemented in most of them, but in the newer games it's completely different. You know? Like, in the old games, experience share was an item, and you gave it to one Pokemon to hold, and then if you sent in your one Pokemon, you first, like, if you had your starter Pokemon, like, or whatever, the first Pokemon in your party, then you'd send them out, and you beat the battle, and then it's split between the two. But, like, experience share in the newer ones, it's like, hey, this thing's just on by default, and every single Pokemon in your party gets experience. Like, before it was like, oh, I'm gonna give this to one Pokemon, I'm gonna be strategic about it, blah blah. Now it's just like, hey, everybody's leveling up. I don't know. I don't get it. I think it just makes it too easy. I don't, like, I think it's... Is that YP share? Are they named differently? I guess, like, everyone online just refers to experience share. Oh, no, sorry, that's the XP share you had in Moon. Okay, no, it's a typo. I was like, oh, did they name it something dumb? Because they would do that. Okay, yeah, so, like, there's two versions of it. Because, like, yeah, when I was playing, it's like, you give this to one Pokemon. If you really want to be funny and share it even more, you start with a different Pokemon, you switch that out to your main Pokemon, and then another Pokemon has the XP share, and then it's being split between three, but that involves more work. But here it's just like, don't even think about it. Just throw them in your party and win. I just think that, I don't know, there's no strategy, no... It's just like mash A and win. You know? That's how it just boils down in my head. And I guess that's why it's like not engaging. And it's like, yeah, I feel like, yes, I do like Pokemon as an entity, as an IP, but like game wise, not a lot of them do much for me at this point. Again, because I haven't played the mainline games, they just, like, in a while since I played Gen 5 and that ruined it for me. And it's like, even watching this, it's like, do I care about Gen 10? Not really, probably. I probably am not gonna play it. And then I was like, man, this trailer sucks. I didn't really say that, but I'm like, I don't even know what to say about this trailer. Like, did this trailer do anything? They barely showed anything. You know? They showed the environments, and it's like, wow, this looks a lot better than Scarlet and Violet. But what else am I supposed to say? The joke I made to my friend is like, it's a 10 out of 10. I saw Whale Lord. It's peak. Clearly it's goated. I got Whale Lord. I like Whale Lord. He's funny. I felt like they were rushing through it. Yeah, I don't know. It's just like, hey, here's the environment. Look at the pretty water. Ooh. All I could think about while I was watching it was that there was just too much water, you know? I was like, oh, IGN's gonna have a field day with this one. And I actually saw the Twitter interaction where IGN like posted some pictures and said like too much water, and then the Pokemon company responded saying like 7.8, which is the review score IGN gave Gen 3 of Pokemon because there was too much water. So I was amused by that little interaction. That was fun. Also, why are you there, Joan? That is the worst thing you could do. So yeah, I was amused. It was fun, but like, what like, they didn't show enough. And the starters look stupid, I'm sorry, but like, I hate all the new starters, basically. I don't know, I feel like they forgot how to make a good starter. Maybe I'm wrong, sorry, should I even say starter? Aren't they Pokemon? I mean, partner Pokemon now?
You have all the time you want. It's your presentation. You rush to the next thing. No, that was the last thing. They're like, all right, we gotta go now. I don't know. Like, I don't know. Like, that's the thing. That's like that trailer made me. It left me thinking, what is a good Pokemon trailer? What is it supposed to show me? You know? Because like they don't really show new Pokemon. They just show all these existing Pokemon, and then also have the starters, which look stupid. Okay, Joan is here, which is bad. Again, this is not peak, far from peak. But we have 5 bags there, which means it's almost enough for 1 inventory. So I might as well buy 1 there. So let's grab 1 of these, and then grab all those, and then call it an acre. Because I can't get her to move to the bottom half where all the actual money is right now. So that's fine. But yeah, like, I don't know. The Pokemon Presents, I watch it, like, out of obligation. And it's also, like, I don't know. I feel like there's going to be something I can make fun of. And I know that's not, like, a positive mindset, but I feel like there's going to be something funny or something that just makes me go, what are they doing? Like, what is this? Because I think I watched the one last year. And again, it's like a once-a-year thing, and it's 30 minutes tops. It's like, sure, I'll watch it. We'll see. This time it's like, yeah, they're going to show some Gen 10 stuff probably. And then also I figured they'd show some more Pokopia stuff. And I haven't really watched much of it. And I'm just trying to like confirm that, yes, I do want to buy it. I know there's like extended trailers that they've released. And I should maybe watch those if I care. Or I should just say, yeah, I'm going to do it. Whatever. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I think Pokemon's such a messy thing. Because like, we're talking about like the most profitable franchise on the planet. Yeah, like, look at the quality of the games they could put out. And I think part of the problem is that there's, like, you know, 3 companies involved. Obviously, you know, they're Nintendo exclusives. But then the Pokemon company's involved. And then Game Freak is developing them. So, I don't know. Like, I read stuff and, like, people like to say that, like, the Pokemon company has these, like, strict timelines for Game Freak. I don't know if that's the truth or what. Because they're like, yes, we need to just get we need to get the game out so it's in line with the trading card packs that we're gonna release, right? Like, I don't even know if they care about the games as games anymore, or they care about the games as like a way to sell more merch and cards, you know? They're like, hey, we gotta make the next marketable plushie. But yeah, like a lot of the stuff they showed yesterday is like, hey, we're adding new Pokemon to Pokemon Unite. And I just think to myself, that game still exists? People still play that? But yeah, they just put new plushies of the old guys out, put a new pose of their costume. They could do that. They could do that. But I mean, obviously they need to continue with the gens. And I mean, Scarlet and Violet were already like a while ago at this point, and they quoted what, 2027? So it's at least like 5 years between generations, which I think is a longer gap than the previous ones, but I could be wrong. Okay, here we go. Where am I going now? I guess I'll run to this acre so that she doesn't show up here. I don't know. There's obviously a lot of different things they could do, but they have their ideas, and they're gonna do it their way. And we're gonna buy it and eat it up, because that's what people do. I mean, like, that's the thing. Like, nobody's gonna just not, like, I mean, I don't, but the masses will continue to buy the Pokemon games, regardless of their quality, as proven time and time again. So, not much we can do there. Anyway, I'm updating my sheet with all the numbers. So I bought 13 and then 3 and then 1. So we're at 17. I mean, yeah, that's the thing. I think this one is like an actual reasonable gap compared to the other gaps in the past. But also, I can't recall the years off the top of my head. I did look at it briefly the other day. I was either just before the Pokemon thing or it was after the... I don't know. These last days have been very busy, so they're kind of blended together. Like, when did I look at this? I don't know. Recently. I can tell you that much. Here's Joan. I need to find Joan so I can try to look at the Pokemon dates. I mean, so far we're at 17 inventories in like an hour and 11 minutes. It's okay. Could be better, could be worse, I think. I don't know. I think it could always be better. It could always be worse. I don't think I'm ever going to see, like, the peak first hour, you know? Like, it would need to be, like, good acre into good acre. And here we are with her in a terrible acre. So, what are you going to do? Well, what I'm going to do is run up here to this acre and grab money. I'll buy 2 inventories there. It's with 450k, that's like the best I can do. Although I suppose I could bring more, but 450, is that like 300k, 8, good, 6, yeah, I mean if we have just a little bit more. Yeah, I mean obviously, yeah, I can look back and figure that out. Okay, so if it's 450k, 180k, which is 360, and then 360 plus another 180, it's like 540. So if I bring just a little bit more, we can do 3 inventories. Maybe I'll do that. I don't know how much I actually bring. I don't want to do the math. That is 120k, so that's like 570. So that's probably enough. Let's just go with that. And then I should buy like 5 inventories here. Sorry, 3 inventories here. That should put us at 20. That's probably enough for now. It's not, we don't have enough space for that. Okay, let me look at this real quick. Pokemon game series. That auto my swipe typed it did not work and it did gang, and it's like, here's Team Rocket. I'm like, no. Look at the video games. This is terrible to look at. Oh my god, okay. So, first gen was out originally in like 96, and then Yellow came out in 98. And then Gold and Silver came out in 99, with Crystal in 2000. That's crazy. And then Ruby and Sapphire was 02, Emerald came out in 04, Diamond and Pearl came out in 06, Platinum came out in 08, Black and White came out in 2010, Black and White 2 came out in 2012, X and Y came out in 13. So up until that point, it was kind of like every 2 years they were releasing something. And I guess it was maybe like 4 years, 3 or 4 years. between major generations, but with the, you know, like the all-in-one version kind of being the stopgap 2 years in, or a year in some cases. But then X and Y comes out in 2013. Then they do Sun and Moon in 2016. Ultra Sun and Moon is in 2017. And then 3 years later, you get Sword and Shield, and then the DLC. Sorry, 3 years later in 2019, Sword and Shield. Then the DLC is 2020. And then Scarlet Violet comes out in 2022, and the DLC comes out in like 23 and 24. So I guess it is actually the longest gap between our proper generation. So that's kind of crazy. Kind of crazy. So yeah, I don't know. Do I have any plans to play it? No. Probably won't. It's based off of like Indonesia or Malaysia and like all that kind of stuff. I know that much now. I did not realize that at the time when I was watching the trailer. That was something that I saw afterwards. I was like, okay. It's a bold direction to go with that much water, considering how people felt about water in other games, but maybe they'll do something to make it better. I don't know. I'm curious to see. Also, I've sneezed again. It's very annoying. Why am I sneezing so much? Is it almost springtime, perhaps? I think I need one more, right? One more that is just enough good. Bless thee, yes, thank you. Anyway, I've enjoyed some Pokemon spin-off games. I've enjoyed Tactics for Final Fantasy, and then Dragon Quest. I never played anything Dragon Quest-wise, but I did see Dragon Quest Builder, and I was like, maybe this would be worth playing, because I could, like, be introduced to the characters and all these enemies and all that stuff. And then I never got around to that. But now they're like, hey, Pokopia. I was like, what? This looks like, I don't know. The thing is like, I never played Dragon Quest Builders, like I just said, but I'd, like, seen enough of it to be like, have an idea of, like, what it is and what it looks like. And then as soon as they showed Pokopia in that one direct, I was like, this is giving me Dragon Quest Builders vibes. Am I crazy? And all these people were like, oh my god, it's Pokemon Animal Crossing. Oh my god. I was like, no, I think it's this. And then I looked it up and people were like, no, this is very Dragon Quest Builders. Koei Tecmo is, you know, working on it, and they made Dragon Quest Builders. So I was like, okay, so not only did I snipe this after not having played the games, but I know, like, people just compare it. It's like, when people make comparisons like that, it really bothers me, because I'm like, this is not Animal Crossing. Well, you're just building stuff up. Like, call it Minecraft before it's, right? Like, I don't know. Anyway, I think there's, I don't know, I think I'd enjoy it. I think I'd have a fun time with it, so that's why I'm gonna go for it. I think I could watch maybe one more trailer just to get a little bit more informed, but like, I saw Ludicolo dancing in the Pokemon Day presentation, and just seeing him dance and knowing I could have him in my little town dancing, that's enough for me. Can I make a town of Ludicolos where they all just dance? Please? Please? I'd love that. I need it. I need that. I love Ludicolo. He's a funny guy. But yeah, definitely not Animal Crossing. But hey, people just love to be like, oh my god, it's a little cozy building game. It must be Animal Crossing. You have no clue what Pokemon that is? How do you write that? Ludicolo. So Ludi, like Ludi, and then Colo, like Collo. He has a sombrero. Yeah, Ludicolo. He has a sombrero. He's like the evolution of Lotad and Lombre. I think he's from Gen 3. Anyway, that comes out on Thursday, so I'm preparing. Like I said, Kirby's almost there, but I don't know. I might not finish Kirby. But Kirby's the kind of game that you can kind of just like pick up and play. You know, it's not really story-based. At least this one. I mean, some of them have story, but like the story's not really that important, so it's fine. Also, it's like more arcadey. You know, it's a very arcadey game, so it's not like, oh, you have to like relearn all this stuff. It's like, hey, if you press this one button, you can like slow down or charge your boost and like go, and the other button uses your special. Very simple to play, very easy to pick up and play. So if I don't get everything done in it now, I'll go back to it at some point in time. But yeah, I'll probably be playing Pokopia this weekend. No, maybe not quite this weekend, but maybe I'll start it. I don't know. We'll see. I might have other plans. I don't know. I'm not sure. I'll figure it out. I figured I'd have too much money. Okay. I'm gonna put a little 3 on the map here. So I thought that 1 that I drew does not look enough of like a 1. Okay, so yeah, we've bought 20 now. 20 in an hour and 20. That means we could hit 40. Yeah, I mean, yeah, that is probably the most accurate way to sum up Kirby. Oh wait, is Joan there? Well, okay, she's here. That's super quick. Nice. Kirby stories. Oh, my plate of spaghetti was stolen. Who did that? You gotta go find it. And then all of a sudden, you're fighting the god of space and time. Yes, exactly. Horrors that the mind cannot comprehend. Speak. You do fight this like massive thing in Kirby Air Riders. It's not quite at that level, but it's like pretty similar, I think. But yeah, like there's a single player mode, but I did that first, and it's like pretty quick, very arcadey. So yeah, I'm gonna just keep working on that throughout the week, and then yeah, I guess after I'll pick up Pokemon, and then we'll go from there. Okay, so the acre I'm thinking of right now. Let me just close a couple things here that are in my way. Turnip numbers. What acre is that? It's D3? Yeah, D3. D3 has 35 bags. 35 times 30k. That is 35 times 30k is 1.05 mil. Okay. If I divide that by the price, we get 5.6. That is not enough. Unacceptable. Let's bring more money to that acre. I think we can buy 7 inventories. So if we're smart about this, we can buy 7 there and we'll be at 27. How much do I need to bring? I don't know. Let's do that. That's probably enough. That's actually more than enough, probably. Maybe I should drop one of these. Okay, so we have plus 300k. Divide that number by 187.5. That is 7.2. I still have a little bit of money left over. I'm calling that good. So, yeah, we should be able to hit 7 inventories here, where you will drop this many. There's definitely room for 7 in this one, so we're going to just go with it. That'll take us to 27. If we can get one other acre where we buy, like, a similar amount, we'd be over 30. And then if we were able to get, like, D5 or B5, we could buy, like, another 13 or 14 and maybe set a new record. I don't know. If things work out the right way, we could see a new record, but it's very dependent on how this plays out. Because I am risk adverse. So I might just take the easy way that confirms me money in overtime. But we'll see. Yeah, I mean, like, there's just so many checklist items, and top right's done, which is good. And then with air ride, I mean, like, I'm just slowly working on everything. It's gonna get to the point where the last few are annoying. City trial, the ones that I have left are very RNG dependent, so that's gonna probably take some time. There's also like some online ones. I've done like most of the online ones. There's still like 50 left, but I just haven't played enough online games yet. I've just been working on the other stuff. So we'll see how that goes. There is like a new online mode, or like little thing that's starting on the 4th, I think. So like I could do that to work on some of that stuff. Get some more cosmetic unlocks maybe. I don't know. It's kind of the plan. I mean, I feel like today's going fairly smoothly. But, I mean, we're at 20, hour and a half. So, like, basically, if I continue with the way that I'm buying things right now, I should have 40 inventories for sure. Right? Like, if I've bought... I mean, technically I bought 21 in an hour and a half. So if we had that same pace for the next hour and a half... No, that's not true, sorry. What am I talking about? I did not start at 9 o'clock. I started at 9:30. We have like another hour. So I would need to extend past noon at the right time to be able to hit that. But anyway, we're just gonna wait and see, right? I'm just gonna keep buying. We have an hour more for sure. And then we just hope that we can get a spike this week. Because again, every spike counts at this point. I mean, every spike is always counted. But I am under the impression I'm like 4 or 5 spikes away from being done. If I can continue buying the way that I'm buying lately. And obviously it's subject to some luck. but this is also based off of if I spend just like 5 mil, you know, just in case I get a bad price and I still buy, which I have done, right? So, even if I only get like 5 mil, which I'm able to do with like most bad prices, it's still fine. Currently, I've bought 4 mil. Almost, like, just under 4, but with this inventory, I'm definitely at 4. Oh, it's a new month in Pocket Camp. I haven't loaded it yet. I haven't had a chance. I guess, like, I've been playing Pocket Camp for, like, 8 or 9 months again now. Kind of crazy. I mean, like, it's more like I just kind of do the events right now. I don't do much otherwise. But it's like, you know, every month it has, like, the little gardening event, and then you do, like, a fishing tourney event, and there's, like, the Gyrate Scavenger Hunt event, and some other ones. So it's like I do the little pass, order, like, some of the monthly offerings, do the events. I guess when I, like, first got back into playing it, I was doing a lot of, like, the Gulliver, like, shipment stuff. And I did unlock all of the characters in the game. So I have everybody, you know. Everybody's there. So I'm not worrying about that anymore. And I guess I could have been like, alright, time to work on all the HRA stuff. And do every room and 3-star every room. But I just don't do that most days. Also, it's like you need to, like, max out specific people to get the specific, like, recipes to make the things. And then it's always like, some of them I just don't know who it is. So it's like, I don't know, some days I'll just, like, give a bunch of the low-level or low-friendship villagers at my campsite, because I have, like, the rotating random campsite villagers setting on. So, like, I'll just give random ones, like, 10 gold treats, and then get them to level 15, and then I'll be like, here's my request, and I was like, alright, I'll go make that. And I just randomly do that sometimes. Or it's like, if it's a specific person's request, you do that to them, and maybe it's one of the items. I don't know. And then some of them are, like, random, like the fortune cookies, so it's a little annoying. Because I remember I got stuck on those when I was playing it way back when it first came out. But it's just not been something I've been prioritizing much now, I guess, because I've got so much other things going on. That when it's just like, nah, I'll do the events. I'll get the events done, make sure I get everything from the events. And, yeah. Anyway, that's that. You add the lowest level villagers to your site, do their requests, and give them treats until they're at photo level, and then you let them go. And get the next lowest friendship villager in their place. Yeah, I guess if I would maybe do something like that if I was playing as serious. Like, obviously I have different levels of how seriously I'm going for something, right? A case in point, look at me buy turnips every Sunday for like 2 to 3 hours. So, like, yeah, I don't know. I'm doing this right now. So I'm not like, hey, I'm going to spend X amount of time every day making sure that I deal with my villagers. I don't know. I have so many treats in the game that I feel like it doesn't matter. I could get everyone to, like, request level, or, like, and not even matter. I do have, like, because it's the complete version, I have, like, the campsite helper, or whatever they're called. And for them, I swap those out as they hit photo level. I was working on just, like, some of my favorites to begin with, but now I'm just like, what if I just get every squirrel's photo? Why not? And then maybe I could get every penguin's photo. It would be something like that. That's fair. That's fair. It makes sense, though. But yeah, like, I don't know, maybe one day I'd, like, get the requests all done. I made a joke once that I would get everything in the game, but, like, that's, like, ridiculous and never happening. You know? Like, that's never happening. That requires too much RNG and too much. I just don't see that ever happening. But I could get, like, the requests all done, maybe. I don't know. But yeah, I mean, I appreciate you hanging out. It's nice to have someone to talk to. Otherwise, I'd be talking to myself, which I do anyway. But you know, it's nice to have a break from that. I just really want to get these turnips done. I feel like it'll be so freeing to have that done. It's both RNG and also a 7 to 8 year quest with Pocket Camp. Yeah, no kidding. No mistake. They were banking on foam on the whales, kept it going. Yeah, no kidding, eh? There are a lot of really cool cosmetic and furniture items in Pocket Camp. So I wonder if we'll see more of that stuff in the future or not. Imagine they like the new Animal Crossing, like, hey, we're gonna not do as much like crafting. Also, here's like all the clothing that was in Pocket Camp. And yeah, honestly, I think like yeah, it's the best move. Like, hey, just pay this flat rate. You have the game forever now. You don't have to worry about it being gone. Because that was the thing. Like, I was like, oh, they have. I stupidly missed out on the introductory offer because it was like half off. I could have saved $10. I don't know, maybe more like 15, but I could have saved all that money. And then like it was in June, they're like, hey, if you don't buy it, your save gone. I was like, no, I can't lose my save. I put hours into that, and that's when I started getting back into it. Because I think I mentioned on stream, but you wouldn't have been watching at that point. But I might have still referenced it in passing. But yeah, that's why. It's like I got that email saying like, hey, you only have a little bit more time before it's gone. I was like, no, I can't lose this. They got me. They got me good. And that's why I've been playing it since. You want to use your old phone for a save data backup device, but you forgot your old phone password and now you can't get in? That's annoying. Is there a way to like reset it? I wonder. But yeah, that's no fun. And I guess like with phones, the more you try, they're like, hey, we're gonna lock this thing, and we're gonna just keep locking it for a longer period of time. So no luck. Android is just 30 seconds over and over again. You don't really have a SIM card or anything in there. Maybe that changes it. You put the wrong pin in 38 times. Oh man. That's not the message you want to see. Is there a way to do it? I don't know. I'm a technically inclined person. But I don't have much Android experience. Yeah, that's fair. I guess like what I'm seeing right now is like if you could reset it, you could get back into it probably, but I don't know if there's anything on there that you care about or needs to be kept. I think like I guess like the phones are linked to Google accounts, so if you like log in with your Google account, you might be able to like do stuff there. I think that's what I saw, but I don't know. Again, I am no Android user. And yeah, that's really weird. I also noticed that, and I wasn't like super thrilled with that, but yeah, like Nintendo's backup system for Pocket Camp. I think it is only 1 week, or it's like 10 days tops. I don't think it's as long as 2 weeks. It's like, yep, oh, nope, it's gone now. Oops. Oh, are we raiding? Are we doing a raid? It's been a while since I've seen a raid. Thank you. I'm like nearly 2 hours into buying turnips. So, you know, my my energy is at a slightly lower level. Let's just go with that. I'm not quite at the point where I'm like done, but I'm like, it's getting there. I'd say usually at the 2-hour mark, I'm like, okay, can I be done already? And then obviously I'm still buying for like half an hour more after that at least. So it's a good time. Sundays are a great time. Turnips are great. I love turnips. Okay, that is the 6th. You just finished buying turnips in New Horizons? Wow. Aren't we all having fun today then? How many did you end up buying? Personally, I did buy turnips in New Horizons for a little bit, but I did not buy to the level that I've been buying here. So I'm curious to see what other people, like what kind of numbers other people are putting in New Horizons, because I never went that crazy. That's 5, that's 6, this is just enough. To drop these 5, I can drop them here. It's the best part about Sunday. Everybody's like, hey, it's time to buy turnips. We're all having fun buying turnips. 980 turnips? Okay, let me do math in my head. Wait, is that a lot or is that not a lot? Am I confused? Like 980 bunches? Or just 980? Okay, not a lot. Okay. Like, yeah, I'm like, wait a second. That's like, I guess like 2.5 inventories? Thereabouts? No. Yes? No. Yes. No. No, that's not, no. I'm doing the math wrong. 105 bells. Fellow loggers. Look, in this game, if you want to do it, you gotta... I wish I could just buy a little bit every week. It's like, oh, let's see what happens. But I can't do it. I'd be here for years. Yeah, unfortunately, we're all about hitting the 1 bill and maxing out the bank account and getting the post office money, because I want to do the legit 100% run. And as much as I'd love to just buy a little bit, or not any, because let's be real, I did buy turnips in New Horizons, and New Horizons was the first game that I seriously actually bought turnips in. All the other games, I just stuck to, like, fish and fruit, and I didn't really do turnips that much. Oops, that was a mistake. Did not mean to do that. But in New Horizons, I did buy, like, some turnips, but I only did that for, like, 3 months. And I made enough for, like, the milestone, which I guess is, like, 10 mil or whatever. But I think, I don't know, I made maybe, like, 40 mil total profit in New Horizons. Wasn't too crazy. Here, we're at, like, over 800 mil now. But yeah, I mean, like, if you buy just, like, a couple and it takes no time and then, like, you can sell them, great. Easy. Takes no time. Here, I'm here for, like, hours. And I gotta sell for hours. New Horizons? Yeah, sure. Buy that and then sell it all at once. That takes no time at all. I'm jealous. I wish I could do that. You took turnips seriously, New Horizons? You wanted to get the miles? Yeah, that's fair. I guess, I don't know. I wasn't... Hold on, I have to think. Sorry, one sec. Okay, let's go up. I think when I was doing New Horizons, at that point in the game, I wasn't super serious about, like, the milestones. I later became way more serious about the milestones. So I'm glad that I was able to get the milestone while I was taking it seriously. And then I didn't have to go back for it. Okay, wow. This is interesting. Okay. So Joan is in one of my good acres, D5. That is an ideal acre. 1117. If I buy from her there now, I'm guaranteed... I mean, I'm at 27 inventories right now. I could buy at least 13, maybe 14, maybe 15 if I was pushing it. But we will hit 40 inventories then, and I'd be done right around noon. I could try to, like, shuffle her and get her into a different acre and then try to get her back there, but I don't know how I feel about that. So I might just buy her out now. I think it's probably the best move, just to go for it. I mean, it's 11:17. I will, like, it'll go slightly over noon, so I'll get a little bit of extra time. You gotta go. All right. Well, thanks for the quick little raid. I'll do my best to have a good rest of the stream. Hopefully the turnips will work out for you this week. It'd be nice. Hopefully the turnips work out for all of us this week. Honestly. Okay, so I'm gonna grab all that. And I do not have a lot of money there, so that's a slight problem. So I'm gonna go to the police station because there's not a lot of money here, and I'm just gonna steal this. And nobody can stop me. This is my town, my rules. Okay, so that's 450k. We're gonna add that to this one. And again, this house is now vacant. Wait, no, that one's been vacant for a while. Sorry, I'm like I'm two villagers ago right now. So that's 450. I've done this math so much. That's like 12 and a bit, so I need a little bit more. So let's grab like 3 to start. Let me check the math real quick on that. So again, we have like 1.92, add 450k to that. That's 2.37. Let's add another 90 on top of that and divide that by 187.5. That's 13.12. I have almost enough for an inventory here. That's one. So like if I grab one more, we definitely have 13 inventory. This is D15 though. I know I can buy 50 here. So I need to bring a little bit more money. I think I have a little bit of money dropped somewhere down here. Yes? No? Maybe? I don't know. I'm gonna draw the 7 in that 1 acre that I just bought. And then map. So I can track everything. Finding New Horizons is so easy in comparison to this. Just like thinking back. You have to think about so many less things. Here it's like, I gotta have money and all the, I don't know. It's such a different experience. And like, again, I didn't go like super crazy on it. So I'm like, when I do turnips in a different game, because in Wild World or City Folk, I do have to hit 1 bill for an item. So when I do go to those, it's going to be interesting to see how it works in comparison to this, and like, what's a better experience overall. That's the one thing I'm curious about, but not that curious about that I want to find out yet. I will wait. Okay, so right now I have, what the heck do I have? So let me take that number, plus 450k, plus 240k, divide that by the number, that says 13.9. Okay, so I need just a little bit more money. We're not quite there. That one's for the other acre. I'm trying to take from like non-important acres because I like to do that. So I'm gonna grab 2 more bags here, just to be safe in case I, you know, misinput anything. But I guess it's 11:21, so that's 40 minutes buying. That will take us like through yeah, I guess we'll be done like around 12:20 probably. I'm just throwing that out. Well, maybe not quite then. Okay, do I need to be smart about this? Maybe. Okay, so we're gonna drop that. We're actually gonna put one of these in our wallet to start with. That's enough. Now, these ones are kinda in the way. I might have to drop into this acre from D5. So I'm going to go ahead and just move these right now before I start anything. These are the things you got to think about. Okay, did not clear my inventory enough. That's annoying. But whatever. Okay, so we have plenty of space here. You'd say about 3 times easier. Yeah, that might be the answer. I mean, yeah, you like again the bell bags here. That's a big problem, right? Like, yes, I have limited space in the acres, and not only that, I have to drop all the money in them. But the money takes up so much space because yeah, there's only 30k bags. So then the larger bag sizes, the larger the ability to hold more, and then the ability to just flat out buy a number immediately, and then also just being able to like not have to keep tracking Joan down. Yeah, I think like the buying process will be easy, but you don't make as much each week. Here, like if you get a spike, you're always making, it's always 8 times more, and you're always making like 7 times your profit, which is nice. But in the other games, you're never gonna make that much. But you're also gonna buy things so much quicker. So I don't know. It'll take a lot longer overall, but like day-wise, like length-wise, but as an actual process, it'll probably be so easy. So yeah, we'll see. We'll get to that eventually, I'm sure. But for now, you know, we're gonna stick to this. Again, I have I guess let me get the numbers from my spreadsheet. So I have 805 mil in the bank right now, and then I usually have about like 22 mil outside across my entire town, which has me at like, you know, nearly 830 mil. I need 173.1 mil currently to hit the 1 bill. That's where we're at. Last 2 weeks have not been good to me, although 2 weeks ago I didn't buy because I didn't have time, and that was a bad week, so that was nice. I only had 2 spikes in February, I guess. Yeah, I mean, I guess technically I only had 2 spikes in February, but I did make 111 mil between those 2 spikes, which is pretty crazy. And yes, Wild World, I'm pretty confident too that Wild World started the like, oh, how many turnips do you want to buy screen? You can just mash a number and then just say, yep, buy it, and then you're done. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not too sure, and I've kind of I haven't wanted to look into it too much because I want like to just be like a fresh discovery when I actually do get to the game. But I'm pretty sure, yeah, you just go like just hit whatever number until it hits like. I love that feature of Animal Crossing where like on the touchscreen you just hit like a single number so many times that it just like automatically maxes it out. That's a great feeling. And then yeah, you can like organize your town more and just have like. Well, actually, I don't know. I don't know. Now that I think about it, are there different things? Like here, it's like, oh, I want to have. Oh no, hold on. Hold on. No, don't mind me. I'm panicking now. In this game, obviously, you have the acre system, and then every acre needs X amount of trees in order to get some sort of points if you want to have a perfect town. However, having an actual perfect town doesn't matter that much. Realistically, I could have like a rank, like I guess like the field ranks or town ranks. It's like level 6 is perfect, and that's like having 18 or more points, I think. But there's nothing stopping me from having like slightly less points, because yes, your town rank does like it influences how often visitors show up to your town, but that like it maxes out at like the 5th rank. Like the second best town rank has people showing up every 2 days, and the best rank is the same. But if it's like a lower rank, it's 2 to 3 days, so there's a little bit more chance. So like having it good is important, but having it actually perfect, not necessary. But I still have it as perfect, because I just can't let go. But like if I wanted to, I could like cut down more trees in certain acres so it's easier and there's more space. On a similar note though, like in other games, yeah, like if I was playing one of the other ones, I could like try to clear out the space around the store so there's just a lot of room to drop all the turnips there or something. But that's a future problem. I'm not going to worry about that. We've got the system down here. Things go pretty well most weeks. And, I mean, let me just double check this real quick. So assuming I can buy 15 inventories here, which I have in the past, I'm assuming it's going to work. Hopefully it works. There should be enough room in all the surrounding acres to make it work. But assuming I do buy 15, currently I'm at 27 inventories. If we add 15 to that, obviously we're at 42. 42 times 187.5 is 7.8, nearly 7.9 mil. So we're just shy of 8 mil with this week, hopefully. If I can't get 15, we'll be at 14, and yeah, we'll probably be at like 7.7 then at that point, which is still pretty darn good. Better than last week. Last week was 7.1, and it was just like it was $3 cheaper. So I think this week actually did work out considerably better than last week. So that's nice. And then we just have to hope that we can get a spike, because 8 mil, or nearly 8 mil, is pretty huge. If I was able to get like 8 mil 3 times, I think I'd maybe be done at this point, but actually no, I wouldn't. It would be close. It would be so close, but not quite. So if I did have like 3 8 mil weeks, that's 8 times 7, which is 56, and if we multiply that by 3, it'd be 168 mil, which would be 5 mil short of what I actually need. So, not quite. Not quite. If I somehow had like one of those weeks, that's why I keep saying I'm thinking like 4 to 5 spikes is probably how many more I need at this point. Just because like I don't think, I don't know. The likelihood of buying 8 mil 3 weeks in a row, pretty slim, I think. But I guess like if I had like a spike this week and then there was no spike the next week, and then so like if it was like I don't know, if it was over a longer period of time, I feel like it's more likely to happen. But I've never bought 8 mil multiple times in a row, I don't think. I've had a couple that are like close, right? I guess like the last set of spikes I bought like 6.4, 8.4, and then 7.5. But that was like my best ever. Before that, no, not really. I was one 8 mil week, but it was sandwiched between like 4 mil weeks. And then I had a 7 and a 6. Like a 7.2 and then a 6.2 in the past, but then, yeah. So. But yeah, I don't want to say that we're in the end game yet for turnips. I feel like we're very close to it. I think like one more really good spike, maybe I'd consider it. Or maybe it's like when we're in like the last 100k, and then I could call that end game, you know? But hopefully we're there soon. Again, this year's been rocky. The first 3 weeks were bad, then we had 3 spikes, and now I've had 2 bad weeks. But one of them I didn't buy on. So we could have another bad week this week, and all of this could be for nothing. Or we could have a spike. We could make some really nice progress again, because we're spending nearly 8 mil. I know, like, I gave a range of, like, 4 to 5 mil. And if we spent 8 mil this week and actually, like, got the profit and got the spike, then I'd be more inclined to say that it would be more like 4 to 5, and then after this would obviously be like 3. So, and 3 more spikes, that's, I don't know, that makes like, I don't know. I know I'm saying like 4 to 5, and that still seems so far away. Because even if I had the best luck, that's over a month. But if it was like 1 or 2 spikes left, then it's like, hey, that could be this week and next week, you know? But when it's like a month, and like you could have 3 bad weeks in a row, like, you know, I mean, like in the grand scheme of things, yeah, it's like I've been doing this for over a year now, and we're so close. So yeah, we're probably in the end game, but it doesn't feel close enough to celebrate. And I don't think I can celebrate until the last week, because I've had like 5 or 6 week dry spells where there's just been no spikes, and I'm afraid that I'm gonna get like to the point where I'm almost there, and then that's gonna happen. And obviously I don't want that. And like obviously I spend a lot of time on these streams at this point. Before, when I first started off, I was only buying for like an hour, and then maybe an hour and a half, and then maybe 2 sometimes. But now it's like I'm going for like 2.5 to 3 hours. So the way that I've started to purchase turnips is completely different from when I started, and I've got so many more strategies to buy things quicker. So it's night and day. So like the profit I'm making now and like the rates that I'm getting are so much better than the rates I started with, which makes sense. Obviously, the more you do something, the faster it should become if you're getting better at it. But I mean, not everything works that way. But anyway, what I'm trying to say is that it's going well. We're getting there, and yeah, I've been spending a lot of time. I get sorry. The thought I was trying to say is like I want to like spend things in a way so that like the last week isn't just like a small amount. Cause the like I just don't want to show up for like half an hour, buy the turnips, and then get like nothing. Like I'd rather try to push forward the week before, so I don't have to get to that point. But I don't know how realistic that is. You know, it's a bit of a tricky situation, and it's very dependent on the prices, and it's not something I can completely control. Anyway, I do have to make a little bit of extra cash once I'm done, of course. I still have to pay off all of my other characters' debts. I want all the statues to be present, but considering I use that acre sometimes for turnips, I don't want to put all the statues there now. I'd rather wait and do that until I'm done. And that's like just shy of 2 mil, I guess, probably. And then I also want to have just like extra cash out, so I don't have to worry about making cash or taking cash out. Because hey, if I'm spending all these hours maxing out my bank account, you better believe that a bank account is staying maxed and untouched. I am not. We are keeping that forever. That money is locked in. It's not leaving. I mean, I'm over 2 hours now. And again, this is going to be the last acre. For those unfamiliar with this game specifically, I mean, in every other game, Joan leaves at noon, right? But with this game, I don't know how it works in the other games now I'm thinking about it. Maybe it's the same. But in this game, obviously, it's acre-based, and every time you leave an acre, if somebody's not meant to be there, they leave. So in this case, like, if you leave an acre that Joan's in, and it's past 12, then she goes. But if you stay in that acre with her, she doesn't go anywhere. So, obviously, I still have, like, I don't know, at least 10 inventories to buy here. It's 11:35. We will be in this acre past noon, but I'll be able to continue buying from her because that's just how it works. Now, if you're running around and looking for her and you don't find her, and then it hits noon, great, she's gone, right? But I don't know how it works in the other games, now that I think about it. Like, yeah, is she out until, like, out after noon, but then as soon as it's noon, like, does she disappear, or is it as soon as you go in a house or, like, move or something? Or is it, like, as long as you can see her on the screen, she's there? I don't know. Again, it's not something I've dealt with that much. Obviously, if you're, like, talking to her, she can't just disappear. But also, I think, like, maybe the other games operate on a hidden acre system. I do think there's, like, an acre system that's hidden but still there in Wild. So, maybe it's like if you leave the acre with her, then she despawns. I'm not sure. That might be, like, less obvious, obviously, than this one, where it's like, hey, you're doing a little loading screen. There's a screen transition. Oh, boy. I know that if I was, like, smarter and I, like, managed my wallet more, I wouldn't have those moments where I'd have to, like, move it, but I'd rather just do that than have to, like, do all that math and move the move it around. It's so much, it's such a pain. Like, wallet management sucks in this game. It is a big problem. Like, when it comes to selling the turnips, it's a problem too, because you're like, hey, I bought all these, but because of the price and how much I can hold, I can only sell 5 at a time. You know? It's a pain. I can't wait for the quality of life features in the other games. How many inventories have I bought here? Like I said, I kind of start to hit the wall around the 2-hour mark. This is where it's like, I can't do much more of this. But I can and I will. Oh, it's just been such a busy few days. Like, I don't know, since Thursday, things have been just, there's just been a lot going on. So, like, some of that's by my choice, and it's like, oof. You know, but right now it's like, we're gonna get this done, and then I'm gonna stop and be like, okay, great. Have a little bit of a break. And try to take it easy most of the day. And we'll see how things go next week. Again, it's raining today in game, and I think it did rain yesterday as well. No, it didn't rain yesterday. I was complaining about it not raining. So it's the first rain we've seen in a very long time, mainly because it's been snowy outside and there's been no possibility of rain. But maybe if it stops tomorrow, then we can get some more gyroids. Not sure if we'll get anything new. Again, we still need 10. There's 127. So the chances of getting something new, probably pretty slim. You never know. Okay, that's another one done. I don't know, it's like that's 1, that's 2, that's 3, that's 4, that's 5, that's 6 maybe? I think maybe we're at 6 inventories here. So we probably have like 9 left.
Oh, okay. Okay, 2 hours and 20 minutes. 11:50. We still got some work to do here. Although I guess like a lot of the turnips are pretty close to the store, kinda. We're gonna have 13 in C5, and then 15 here, so that's gonna be 28 that are gonna be 2 or 3 acres away from the store. And I bought 3 in D2, 3 in F2, but I've already moved 1 from each of those. And then 7 in D3, so that's like 10. Basically, there's going to be 10 inventories in like the lower half, and then we've moved some of those up to the store, and then there'll be 28 between these two. So that's pretty manageable. I could move a couple inventories at the end of the stream, or I could just leave it for tomorrow. I do have plenty of time tomorrow if I have to like sell, so it's not a big deal. But if it doesn't get sold tomorrow, then yeah, I should move all that stuff tomorrow. Or like if I don't have to sell for whatever reason tomorrow again, whether it's good or bad, then I can move those inventories tomorrow. And then also like deal with all the raffle tickets I need to sell because I'm done with all the raffle items now. I don't need any more of those. Okay, so I bought 50. I did buy one other 50 before, but now it's like, where do I put this thing? Where do I put this thing? Do I sell it or do I get rid of it? What do I do? I don't know. Okay, I'm gonna just drop it in the corner for now, and then I'll move it later, hopefully. Okay. I mean, we're obviously getting close to the end of this acre and close to the end of the day, based on the amount of money that we can see, but we're not quite there. But we are close. We get all this still, which is like, that's probably like 3 or 4 inventories. Okay. We are starting to get to the part where, yeah, it's a little bit annoying to drop all the turnips because there's not as much room. And there's all these trees in the way. And again, that's going back to what I was saying about having a perfect town. I really convinced myself I could chop down the trees in the important acres that I like to buy that are like to buy in that are close to the store. If I did that, we'd have more room and it'd be easier to see. But now, like, I have systems and things that I do to make sure that I can find everything that I need to. But yeah, anyway, there you go. It is officially 12 o'clock, so this is when Joan would be leaving. But we still have like 3 or 4 inventories that we're gonna buy, so we're gonna extend by like 15 minutes probably. for that? Yeah, there's enough for... I have one in my inventory right now. There's one more on the ground, and then I have money in my letters that'll make the last inventory. So, we should be on the 13th now. Okay, I just messed that one up. Please ignore that. Oh, 2 hours and 40 minutes. That's a lot of turnip time. Okay, I guess, what, 2 more inventories? So, like, I guess I can be done in, like, 10 minutes. Unless I move a couple inventories or something. I don't know if I'm gonna do that. We'll see. We'll see. I am hungry. Okay, that's 6. We have enough money. Let's do that. Great. Here works. This works. Oh, okay. Now I gotta go through the awkward process of dropping things. I think there's enough room. I think we're fine. Fine. There's gonna be a couple ones that are, like, out of view slightly, but it should be okay. I mean, I could just drop them down here. I mean, that's good enough. Okay, let's grab this one. And then we can grab... Okay, there you go. This should be the last one. Again, we bought everything. So I'm gonna claim that we bought 15 here. I'm pretty sure the math is right. I'm gonna update my little map. Yeah. Should be basically just shy of 8 mil, which is pretty nice. I would be like top 3, I think, for me, actually. Because I have like an 8.4. There's an 8.4, and then there's an 8.3. And then I do have like a 7.2, 7.5, a 7.1, and yeah, this is gonna be like a 7.9. So, pretty cool. Anyway, hopefully, I'm crossing my fingers, knocking on wood, doing everything I can, praising the pig emote, because we don't have Daisy May with us. And hopefully, it works out. Yeah, I mean, we're at the point where it's close, but not close enough, but we're very close. It's to the point where we're almost done. And I don't want to say that too much, because I feel like the more I say that, the like more bad weeks I incur. It's like, no, foolish for you. You can't say you're almost done. We'll show you that you're not. I don't want to let my hubris get to me, I guess. That's the gist of it. A reminder, we do have turnips that are in the Lost and Found right now. And the snow's gone, so the igloo is no longer going to be moving every day. right? Because every day the igloo goes to a different signpost, and obviously the signposts do have a lot of turnips near them. So the igloo was a pretty easy way to get turnips into the lost and found. With that no longer being the case, we're probably not going to see as many go in there this week. So I will still check it just to make sure that nothing happens. But in theory, nothing should happen. Sahara's going to be the next visitor tomorrow, and then there won't be another visitor until Thursday. And again, it would need to be a visitor that actually uses a signpost, such as Gracie or Red or Katrina. And yeah, so we'll see. We'll see how that goes. But I don't think I have to worry about more turnips showing up in the lost and found. But the 9 turnips that are in the lost and found right now, I mean, like, that's 125 times 100. 125 times 8 times 100. It's 100k, and there's 9. So I'm gonna make like 900k from the turnips that I have in the lost and found, which is almost the amount of money that I lost last week, or this week rather. But whatever. So yeah, that'll basically be like 1-to-1. So we'll have like basically strict profit just from everything we bought today if we get a spike. But if not, then next time we get a spike, we'll have that. And it'll obviously not make up all the money, but still be something. Anyway, there's no point in going to the store right now. Again, we have all those raffle tickets, but we don't need them anymore. The only thing we have to worry about in the store will be the shirts near the end of May, because we need summer, and summer doesn't start till like May 27th. We just started spring in game, you know? So we have 3 months before we have to worry about summer shirts. And again, there's like 3 summer shirts I need, so that's like actually an important time where I'm gonna have to like start looking at the store every day. Right now, I look at the store every day for turnip prices. I'm hoping by May, and I guess it would be the end of May, so that gives me a lot of time. I'm hoping by then that I would be done turnips, so I like some days I won't even have to go into the store. But once the shirts start being a factor again, I'll have to start checking it every day. So maybe we'll get a little bit of time where we don't have to worry about the store, and I literally just show up and figure out if anyone's here, and if I need to look for gyroids and yada yada yada. And if I don't, then I'm out of here. But yeah, we'll wait and see on that. Anyway, I'm going to move like another inventory, and then I'll probably just call it. It has been almost 2 hours and 50 minutes. I am hungry. I wanna eat. I had a muffin for breakfast, and I usually have bagels, but every time I've gone to the store, they haven't had the bagels I want. I'm like, bro, you gotta be kidding me right now. Where are my bagels? It's been quite annoying. And I do like muffins. Muffins are good, but they're not as filling as bagels. So when I eat a muffin before a turnip stream, I'm like feeling it. I'm like, ooh, I'm hungry. I need to eat. And the bagels do last me a little bit longer. That's all I'm saying with this. Basically, the muffins are definitely more convenient. Because like I don't have to, I just like heat them up in the microwave for like 20 seconds, nice and warm, easy, nice. Bagels, I gotta toast them, you know, it takes a lot longer. So if I'm like, hey, I'm waking up, trying to get ready to stream quickly, muffins, good. But they don't last as long as the bagels do, which obviously, yeah, you can feel it after like 3 hours. You're like, okay, I need some food. Anyway, we're done. Yay. So I've moved the 2 inventories from the Able Sisters Acre, and then basically, as it stands, I bought 1 here, 13 here, 15 here, 7 here, 3 here, and then another 3 here. That makes 10. This makes 28. So then you add that, 38. This makes 41. That makes 42. We move 1 from every acre as we buy. So this one has already been moved. Then this was at 2. We moved those 2. And these are at like 14 and 12 respectively. And then we have 6 and then 2 here. So there's still 8 inventories of turnips between these 2. I can move them tomorrow if I need to, or just sell them. So that's all good. That's whatever. We don't have to worry about the store. Again, there's nothing there. I could sell raffle tickets, but we've already got a bunch in the dump. I could just keep throwing them in the dump, or I could sell them. But I'm not going to worry about that right now. I've done enough today. So tomorrow I'll be back in the afternoon as usual. We'll check to see what's going on. And
yeah, let me save up. But yeah, basically that's it. So 2 hours and 50 minutes. We spent just under 8 mil. No more raffle. It's a pretty good turnip day, not gonna lie. So I'm pretty happy with how that worked out. But yeah, I'm done. So yeah, I'll be here tomorrow afternoon. We'll see what the week brings to us. Potentially gyrates tomorrow. Sahara's here tomorrow, which is lame. So again, the next visitor that is going to be on Thursday. So we'll see if that's anyone we need or not. We haven't seen Grace in a while. Please, Gracie, come back. Give me something new, please. But yes, let's all cross our fingers and hope that we can have a good pattern this week and see a spike. Again, I don't want to jinx it by saying it, but obviously I want to see a spike every week. I want money. Anyway, thank you for hanging out. I hope you have a good rest of your day. I'll see you soon. And take it easy. I don't think I have anything else to say, but I'm going to try to take it easy today because that's just how it's been. So, yeah, I'm going to take it easy, play some more Kirby, and I'll see you around. Bye.